Hello, everyone. Welcome to Popcast Live. My name is John, and tonight is a James Bond kind of night. And let's get Andrea in here right away. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. AKA the Dame, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yep. I just felt it today. Just because of what James Bond, but also because of what I put into our show notes like literally 2 seconds ago.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep. We'll get into that too. We got several. It's been a while. So some of this isn't going to be like brand new news.
Yeah.
This
And what I
sad
put
bit
in
is.
isn't either. It's just the first
Oh,
time
it's
I
not?
saw it.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
it's very recent, but it's not like it just happened 5 minutes ago or anything.
Okay. Yeah, we it's been a minute. I guess it will work out in our favor because we have a lot of news and rumors to discuss. Like before, it would have just
Yeah.
been talking about rumors.
Right.
Now we've got some news. So
Right.
yeah, it's James Bond night. So this is Popcast Live. Won't go to regular podcast directories like normal. You'll just find us here live on YouTube, Twitch, and X. So follow any of those places and feel free to jump into the conversation. Okay, diving right in. Yeah, let's get the sad bit out of the way here, huh? I will share this page with everyone that you just found. MI5's first female director general who inspired Dame Judi Dench in Bond franchise dies. So
Yes. I guess her name was Dame Stella Rimington, I believe. Yes,
yes.
Rimington.
Started her career as a typist in the organization, working all the way to the top.
That's right.
That's a career path for you.
Money penny to M.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yep. I don't know. I mean, obviously that's very sad news, but I hadn't realized that, there was such a real life basis potentially for, at least maybe a loose inspiration for Judi Dench's character. Plus, it sounds like Remington wrote an autobiography about her time there. She opened a little bit of like doors for transparency into MI5's operations. And I guess then, in her later years wrote spy novels herself. So I kind of want to go find one and,
yeah,
see how it reads, see how it compares maybe.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there'd be a lot of, it's kind of like, Ian Fleming does lend some, even though he tells over the top stories, he, creates some villains that are, larger than life in some fashion.
Right.
Like he lends a credibility to the storytelling because he lived that world for a while,
right.
So, yeah.
Right. And I think, he's not afraid of the mundane. As and that can be sometimes to a detriment, when you're trying to entertain people or, as we've read, sometimes we're like, oh, that's a really involved description. But I think that's both, like part of the real life workings, that you have to be like, listen, it's not that glamorous all the time. And also probably, a condition of how your mind works. Like when you latch onto something and you learn about it and you're like, I'm really in here, you kind of get obsessed with it for short periods of time. So, yeah. But anyway, I mean, that's obviously very sad news, but very cool that there was a real life inspiration for Dame Judy.
Right. I'm kind of shocked that I never heard about that.
Yeah.
You know?
No clue. No clue. It surprised me when I stumbled across that. So I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
I feel, on this of all nights, we must make a mention and, perhaps a short raise of the glass to Dame Stella. So
Yeah. Okay, what are you drinking?
something decidedly not James Bond.
Okay.
Um so I went to a family reunion over the
Okay.
weekend, and my cousin is just like world class hostess and entertainer, which should come
Okay.
as no surprise as she's like head pastry chef at a restaurant, and her husband is head chef. So they know how to throw a party. Um, all this long windedness to say that our family reunion, parting gifts for the adults were bottles of homemade limoncello. And
Oh,
so I
okay.
am drinking some of that. It is strong. It is,
Okay.
just wow. Like I tried to just like do a little bit of like, oh, I'll just have it as like a sipping liqueur. Woo. Yeah. Punched me right in the face with both the alcohol, and I love the tart lemon flavor, but it was a combo. So I'm having some limoncello cut with a bit of ginger ale, and actually it's fantastic. It's
Okay. Why do
it's
you
it's like a
feel that's
perfect last gasp of summer drink. You know what I mean?
okay?
It's light, refreshing, tart lemon. Yeah, digging it.
Yeah, you can't picture Bond, on the lake of some lake in Italy, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
maybe
like
I feel
Como.
like Book Bond is a little bit more, varied and local in his choice of beverage. That's not really
Sure.
represented in the movies. Obviously, everybody knows what kind of a drink man Bond is in the movies, and I think it's, I don't know, dare I say, almost like a parody of itself by now that he like doesn't stray. Um,
Right.
but yeah, Book Bond could do something along this vein, I think.
I think in the movies to go back and look at all, but I think that Bond drinks other things more than people imagine. It's just when he orders a drink,
Yes. It's
it's
never
just such
spoken
a thing.
aloud.
Yeah,
He could be
he
like
like
sipping a beer or,
Mhm.
drinking some other like whiskey or like, I think Daniel Craig does that scorpion shot thing, and I'm guessing
Yep,
that was
probably
rum or
tequila.
tequila. Yeah, rum
Yeah.
or tequila. I mean, depending on his location, but yeah, it's never really talked about, so you don't think about it.
Yeah, like he speaking of M, she offers him, I think, brandy,
Yeah.
I think is her choice. Is it brandy or bourbon? I forget which
Bourbon,
one.
I think. I think it
Bourbon.
might be
Yeah, she says
bourbon.
she prefers bourbon and
Yeah.
yeah, and then um there's some other like in Roger Moore days, just taking things off of a tray. Someone
Right, he
hands him
grabs, like, a
something.
champagne. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
He
absolutely
is
champagne.
he is
Straight
more of, like,
vodka.
yeah, he's more of a lighter kinda guy, which fits
Mhm.
his, light interpretation, I think. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, he's a more lighter drink kind of guy, and his movies
Yeah.
are lighter and fluffier, um, on the whole, so that
Mhm.
fits. But, yeah, I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know.
There's there's a lot of you know, there's definitely the remembered kind of moments and caricature elements of Bond, and then there's if you like watch it and then see the other things, there's more. And the book Bond, like you say, he's just kind of less pretentious. Like he really does dive into the local things,
Yes,
and a lot
which
of
I
times he's
enjoy.
getting that drink that's just like whiskey and water, or
Yep.
whatever. It's just so G and T.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets something that's like a I don't know, easy staple, and then he'll do something that's, more local flavor, which is fun in the books.
Yeah.
You got to vary it up with how much time Fleming actually spends describing Bond eating and drinking,
Yeah.
which is, something you really don't know until you read the books. You're like, yeah, we're gonna talk about this 7-course meal that we're having.
Yeah. Makes me hungry.
Yes.
Well,
ooh, cheers to you, fancy man.
yeah.
I love it.
So this is not on brand, unfortunately, but I don't want the limes to go bad or the pineapple juice I have and stuff.
Yes.
So
Love it. I'm so glad you did one for the pod. Thank you.
Yeah. Ironically, the glass they give you, this band covers up where you'd see the line for the blue curacao in the bottom. You can just see it, but
Yep, I can just see it peeking out below.
So I'll tell everybody what this is in here in a second. So my wife got me this cocktail.
Yes,
thing that
props.
it's called
Show it up.
Let's see, Cocktail Carrier, and the ingredients for 2 separate cocktails, alien themed cocktails. There's the Xeno Drip Daiquiri, and then there's the Prodigy Core Punch, or Prodigy Corporation Punch. So that's what I have, and it's Kraken Gold spiced rum, blue curacao, lime juice, pineapple juice, edible glitter, and dehydrated pineapple wheel.
Okay, yeah.
So, yep.
Yes, you look quite fancy, sir.
So yeah, that's all right. One other thing before we get like really rolling here. I have my Batmobile car collection.
Yes, I do. I am familiar.
I have James Bond car as well.
Ooh, fun. Both gray.
Yeah, there's lots of gray. That's a theme.
Yes.
Gray and silver, yeah. This is Aston Martin from Die Another Day.
Yep, I recall.
The Vanquish, and then this is the classic.
Wait, why can I see it?
Yeah, I know, right? It should have a feature. There should be a button for that. Sadly, there is not. So I've taken those 2 out of the box. But I also have these that I've left in the box.
Ooh, nice.
So this is the V8 Saloon, which is my favorite Bond car. And I have the version from Timothy Dalton's Living Daylights as well up on the shelf.
You do? Like a big one, or?
No, it's the same kind of deal, but it's Johnny Lightning makes different cars, and so it's a different company, and it's specifically the one from Living Daylights.
Okay.
So
you got quite a little Bond collection going too.
I know. I have to find a thing to put them in because it's going to be too much. So
yeah, you have to find a cool display case. I mean, you have time. You're not, overwhelmed with your collection just yet. But yeah, time to start thinking.
Yep. Okay, Bond 26. We had a whole span of time where there just was no news. We're like, what are they gonna do? Yeah. All this stuff. Just looked like nothing was gonna happen. And then we got a story that, we don't know if it's true or not. But a lot of people ran with it for sure, that there was internal strife between Barbara Broccoli and the execs at Amazon, because Amazon bought the distribution, right? They bought the brand. And all kinds of stuff came out of that, name calling and whatnot. And not too long after, allegedly Bezos said, get rid of her, whatever it takes. I'm paraphrasing. I think that was pretty close.
That was the vibe, at least. Yep. You've got the vibes.
They announced that Amazon's taking creative control. And so Barbara and Michael G. Wilson still own whatever share, but they don't have creative power anymore. And it was, for me anyways, like, oh man, what is this going to be? Because
Mm-hmm.
though not perfect, Barbara Broccoli, it's been a family thing for a long time, Michael G. Wilson, and they've done pretty good to keep the movies rolling.
Yeah.
And even with some delays and whatnot and all this sort of thing. So there's a lot of unknowns. Well, shortly after this deal went down, we started getting Bond news. And the first big one was that we are going to have David Heyman and Amy Pascal producing.
Yes.
David Heyman produced all the Harry Potter movies. Amy Pascal did Spider-Man movies. So they're both familiar with doing large films.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next big thing hit, which was the director.
Yes.
Holy cow, the director.
Yes.
So, I'm gonna share up this one.
Can you remind me which Spider-Man movies Amy was on?
Yeah, did she? I thought it was the Amazing Spider-Man. In my head, it was the Amazing Spider-Man. So,
Okay.
The middle one, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
But I could be totally wrong on that. We'll look.
Okay.
Amy Pascal.
I mean, it doesn't matter like fully, but I am curious.
Okay, no. So she did ones with Holland here. So
okay.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Ghostbusters, she did some Ghostbuster stuff.
Yep.
Then Into the Spider-Verse.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like she's more heavily involved in the later Spider-Man. Yep. Phil Spider-Man. Sorry, I always go back to that Friends quote. I don't know why. It's like not the most memorable quote from Friends, but I just love when Chandler's trying to explain to Phoebe, oh God, I'm such a millennial, but he's trying to explain to Phoebe when she like says, she's like, yo, he's Spider-Man. You're Spider-Man. He's like, no, he's Spider-Man. His name's not like Phil Spider-Man. Like, I don't know why I always just like, I love that scene.
I haven't watched Friends in a very long time.
I know, but somehow in my brain, like Spider-Man and Friends are intertwined because of this 10-second throwaway clip of the friends arguing about how to pronounce it. So anyway,
nice.
Date myself real good right there.
Speaking of pronunciation, a lot of people, including myself, Denis Villeneuve.
Yes. Well done.
That's what I got. So yeah.
Well done. I'll roll with you because I've heard so many different ones at this point. I'm just gonna step back. Maybe call him D.
Yeah, DV.
Yeah, DV.
But when this was announced, what did you think? I mean,
mostly excited.
Okay.
For sure. Like I have really loved DV's work. And obviously I really enjoyed the recent Dune movies. And I think he knows if other Bond rumors are true and they're looking to cast younger and do a little bit, not quite an origin story, but do some younger exploration, he knows how to build it around a young talent. So yeah, I am mostly excited. I think the one thing I would say is I hope this Bond isn't long. Dune movies are long. And I think Bond needs to like tighten it up a little bit and get back to a shorter film. So I don't want it to be like such an interesting time and so many things to explore that we make like a 2+ hour movie. But, just as generally like a director, I'm excited and intrigued to see what his vision for Bond would be.
Okay. Well, I just looked it up here, and Sicario is 2 hours and 1 minute.
Yeah.
So the
I think
closest analogous thing, I think. So you think
I think
that's like the upper limit?
I think that's the limit. I think
Okay.
Bond should be like a just more than 90 minutes.
Okay.
I really feel like I need my Bond to get a little bit more compact. I think he's been wandering a bit in recent movies, and there have been interesting bits, but I just think it needs like a bit of a light and breezy refresh and nothing too meandering.
Okay.
I think that would put a
Okay.
good stamp. I don't mind like a second or third like longer, in like exploration of Bond, but I just think it needs to not be too heavy and bogged down.
Well, you know, I like your point.
And
I like your idea.
yeah, I mean, if you can make those
I
2 hours fly, great. Like, if everything in the story feels really like it's moving well, the first Dune moved well, and I didn't feel it was too long. Um, but I think there's a lot more danger of feeling that length in something so well trod right now. Do you know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Sure.
Like in a Bond franchise, I think there's a danger of feeling like, "Oh my god, we have another super long movie." Whereas like
Yeah.
Dune was, nobody was in like a Dune consciousness at the moment.
Yeah. Well, okay, a couple things. One, I'd say that Dune warrants the length because it's
It
based
does. It
on
does. I'm
something that
not I'm not
exists.
bagging on I'm not
Right.
bagging on Dune for being too long. I just think
Yep.
like we can't have a Dune length movie
Yeah.
that is a Bond movie. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And he also, he's been on record saying when they asked about Bond movies, he loves Casino Royale. And I think he said his
Mm.
favorite is Skyfall.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so everybody's kind of like, well, he's probably looking at something similar-ish to that then, um, in like tone or whatever, because a lot of
Mhm.
people have expressed the idea of like, let's get a little lighter, like you say, a little lighter, a little shorter, heavier on the fun,
Yeah.
less weighty, and you
And that
know,
was a
a,
that was a almost 2.5 hour, but it was so good. But I still feel like the closer we can get to 2 and maybe under
mhm.
is what I feel like I need.
I'm with you. But I also think that it's not going to happen because Mike, regular guest of the show, Mike said
Yes.
something I thought was good. Is like he thinks that maybe television series have ruined people's expectations for movies. He's
Really?
like, you have an hour and a half to 2 hours to tell a story, and people are used to watching 8 hours us for over 8 hours over the course of a season, and then maybe multiple seasons, and they're like, what, you didn't develop the characters enough. Well, I have
Mm,
90 minutes. The
mm.
TV shows you're used to watching have, it's
So
several movies a season.
yes, I completely feel that point, and I think that is a great point. I just feel like Bond is unique because we already have context and background and like, a sense of the world. So you have like a cheat code here. You don't
Right.
have to like completely introduce us to all new characters. I mean, some of them should be new, but I feel
Right.
like you have the base, so you can just like lean into that understanding to make something a little bit shorter. And I
Yep.
think I said this quite a while back when we were doing maybe our Oscars podcast, and I'd watched a couple of movies um for that, and I just was like surprised at how much I enjoyed a short film again. Like
Okay.
my
Yeah.
attention span was fully there. I felt really engaged and I felt refreshed. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I feel so accomplished having, breezed through a film in 90 minutes. It was so enjoyable to me.
Yeah.
So I might be bringing that bias in also, but I do feel like Bond just needs to tighten. Like, I think that would make a good stamp for this, mini sort of reboot and refresh.
Yeah. I agree. I think that if a movie should feel like a ride. You
Mhm.
went into the theater, you experienced a ride, and then you got off the ride and went home. The TV
Mhm.
show can be the meandering, like, I am in this world. I'm,
Yes.
sitting along with all the characters. It's more like reading a
Right.
book. It's closer to reading a book.
Right, I can
You
put it
know?
down and pick it up. Like, I shouldn't
Yep.
want to put a movie down.
Right. Hmm.
Like, I should
Yep.
oh, here we go. I should be, like I talked about, I think on our last podcast, I should be trying to, like, oh no, 30 minutes into this movie, I have to go to the bathroom, but I'm gonna hold it because this
Yeah.
movie is so good, I
Right.
can't leave the theater.
You can't get off the coaster now. You can't get off the
Exactly, you can't
coaster.
get
You can't stop
off.
this ride.
Right,
The
I
ride
need to
stops for
savor
nothing.
every second of it. So,
Hmm.
yeah. So that's what
And
I
longer
want. I
movies, I
mean,
think, can do that, but
they
it's
can, they can.
harder. Yeah,
It's
it's harder to do.
yes, it's much trickier to not feel like you get dragged down at some point or another, and I just feel like Bond has been long for a while, that it would be
Mhm.
due for, like, a nice, concise movie.
Yep, yep. Well, I'm very happy that Denis Villeneuve is the director, just
I
because
agree.
I think that with David Heyman for sure, and then Denny here, we're going to get a quality movie. Like, the
I
movie
agree.
is going to be high production value, and it's going to be cinema. It's going to
Mhm.
be so, like, I have no worries about that. It's going to
Mhm.
have the production quality, and it's going to have an eye behind the camera that I
Mhm.
think, in my view, has not failed. Um,
Mhm.
Denny has done Arrival, which I think is phenomenal.
Mhm.
Both Dune movies I like
Yep.
very much. Um, Prisoners, I'd like to go back and watch, but because it's about, like, a kidnapped kid, I am not going to do it. But it's also a phenomenal movie. It's starring
I
Jake
feel that.
Gyllenhaal and Hugh
Oh,
Jackman, and
right.
it's
Right, right,
great.
right.
Yep.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Blade Runner 2049. A lot of people
Yep.
don't feel like it's like, I do also have some issues with where it went on the story, but visually and
Mhm.
storytelling wise, it's, I mean, it lands all the vibes, provides all the
Yeah.
vibes I'm looking for from
And
the
there were
Blade
there
Runner
were a lot of
story.
strong story elements despite some stumbles. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
not like it was a total shambles, which
No.
that's a tricky property to handle. So,
Yes.
I get
I
it.
walked away enjoying it. I just didn't like
Yeah.
the way they answered stuff for Harrison Ford's character and some of that.
Yes, I agree.
Um, and then he's on other things. Sicario is the one I need to watch. That's on my to watch list. Everyone
Same.
says it's great. They said there's some scenes in there that really create such great tension that will just absolutely have you on the edge of your seat. And it's like, if this is the closest thing we can see that he's done to a Bond film,
Mhm.
great. So I very much want to see Sicario, and I don't know. I couldn't ask for more. There's all kinds of directors you get and be like, okay, well, we'll see. Oh, well, maybe they've done something, but this is one of the top guys right now, so I'm for it.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a little lost. There was a second Sicario?
I do think
Oh, by a
so,
different
but he didn't
director.
do it.
Sorry.
Yeah, he didn't
Yep,
do it.
yep,
Yeah,
sorry. I was, just refreshing myself on some of the premise of the plot because I knew very, very sketched out basics, and I saw a second one. I was like, "What?"
sure.
But okay, somebody else did it.
I also like that. So Denny changed quite a few things in Dune, but also I think a lot of Dune fans are pretty happy
Yeah,
because it kind of kept a lot of core things. Um, and it
it's hard stuff
seems
to
to me
cut
to
down.
stem from him being a fan. Where he
Mhm.
said he read the book, he was like 12 or 13 or something. And
Yep.
he also remarks those sorts of things now when he was picked to direct James Bond here. He says, some of my earliest movie-going memories are connected to 007. I grew up watching James Bond films with my father ever since Dr. No with Sean Connery. I'm a die-hard Bond fan. To me, he's sacred territory. I intend to honor the tradition and open the path for many new missions to come. This is a massive responsibility, but also incredibly exciting for me and a huge honor. So,
yeah,
the right words were said. He said the right things.
Yes, said the right things for sure. I like that statement as well.
Mm-hmm. So that's our director. Then,
indeed.
Then okay, we got a flurry of casting rumors, but we'll wait to talk about rumors for a second and get the other concrete thing out of the way, and that is the writer.
Yes.
So I didn't expect this to be happening so quickly, but we got Stephen Knight as the writer.
Yes.
What do you know about Stephen Knight?
Hardly anything.
Okay. So you'll see in this list here, this is really good. So Eastern Promises, he wrote that. That was a Viggo Mortensen movie. And then he is known for Peaky Blinders. And then for me, Taboo. I watched Taboo and liked it a lot. So that's really his big thing is Peaky Blinders. Here.
Yes. Yep.
Peaky Blinders, 36 episodes, created, written by. So like he didn't just like
good series
scripts, you know, he made it. He made the show. And I think the same with Taboo as well. So yeah. I think that's he did C as well.
C, yeah. That is interesting. Okay.
And then there was some show. I don't know if it's this. There's some show that was very, I guess, Bondy. I don't know if it was quite new. Rogue Heroes. I think this is what it is. So, and some people were saying, oh, one of the main guys from this could be Bond or whatever. But
sure,
it's very, yeah. So to me, he's got, some proven stuff here.
Yes. Although interesting that he's so TV heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's interesting that, that's his main forte is TV, which, doesn't have to mean anything. But, yeah. Just sort of would maybe lend itself, again, to my worries of like maybe something that's a little more meandering.
Sure. Fair.
Or a little bit
doing,
longer.
I think, a Peaky Blinders movie.
That would be fun.
Wonder if,
I have seen some of Peaky Blinders and I enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah. I think, again, it's another, what seems to me a solid pick because he's a guy that isn't afraid to tell. I've heard some people in the Bond community talk about like how they really want Bond to be the hedonistic kind of bastard figure that you want to be him, but not really, not you in real life. No one really wants you to be him. Right. So
you're like, I like that you are you and you do what you do. And it sounds cool, but I don't actually have to do it.
Yeah. In fantasy land, it's great. So it's just living out a fantasy. He gets to do what he wants, sleep with who he wants, drink what he wants, do, those sort of things. And the characters in some of these shows that Stephen Knight has done are far from perfect people.
Yes.
You look at Peaky Blinders, is about gangsters. Taboo, there is like incestuous stuff in there. Like he doesn't pull away from like adult things or taboo things or whatever. Like he makes adult shows. And I think that's a real relief.
Yes.
And maybe a good signal of the direction they're looking.
Yeah. Again, my sort of worries are definitely like, you know, not forefront, not major concerns, but just like, I hope that they can overcome my fears and rise to the challenge of, making a concise movie, making a movie that's, I don't know, just gonna like get some juice into it and revitalize the Bond brand. So
Mhm.
again, nothing concrete and nothing I can say like, oh my God, I won't go see this movie or this is a terrible mistake, but just things I'm keeping in the back of my mind.
Yep. Yeah. Have you seen Eastern Promises?
I haven't, no. Mm-mm.
I haven't either. I was really interested in watching it when it came out, but I never got to it. So maybe that's one I need to check out.
2007, that's a little bit of a throwback.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. Oh, Vincent Castle, that's fun. I haven't watched him in anything since Westworld, I think. Yeah,
So
Naomi
maybe,
Watts, yeah.
let's see.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, yeah, he definitely has a type with crime here.
Sure. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Let's get a new crime organization.
Yeah. I mean, I would be happy to get a little bit of juice into a new big bad. And by
Yeah.
big
What
bad I
if we
mean,
call it
organization.
what if we call it Smirsh? What if we go
Smart.
back to the
I
original?
kind of dig it. I think that'd be fun.
Just do it.
You know that the second they announce this is like a period film for Bond, I am all in.
Well,
So because I think that's a cool idea. I love
I
it.
know.
I
Yeah.
love it.
And that would be perfect for this writer.
Exactly. Having done some historical drama, so and
Mhm.
some period TV. So yeah, if this is a direction we're leaning, if somebody wants to leak that, I think my reviews go way, 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 way up.
Mhm.
But yeah, I
Yep.
mean, again, like I don't think there's doubt in the talent here. It's just like niggling little feelings that are like, ooh, I hope we can do something really well. I hope
Yep.
we don't do X. So
Yep. Okay. The news now is pretty much over, as far
mhm.
as I know, unless there's something else. Now we
Nothing
have
I know
rumors.
of. Yes.
All right. So everybody's like, Denis is working on Dune right now. That's what's
Yep.
happening.
Yep.
And so a lot of people are thinking, well, casting isn't going to necessarily, it's going to be a bit because he's preoccupied. We had this story a little bit ago that was someone allegedly in, I think, June was brought in to read for Bond,
Mhm.
supposedly. So that would suggest things are underway regardless, uh, you know, despite Denis being preoccupied.
Right.
So that might have been some sort of deal with when he was signing, like, look, we're going to be doing all kinds of like talent searching. We're going to, cut this down. We want to fast track this.
Right. We want to
But
give you a
then,
list.
yeah, but then he gets final say. So he
Yeah.
maybe gets, 7 candidates, 007 candidates to check from and or
Mhm.
something like that. I don't know if that's how it worked, but I could imagine that being the case. Who is on your okay, first I guess we'll look at some of the rumors. We'll look at some of the rumors.
Yes. Yes.
Some of the people. Let's see. Let's do this first one here. So this was one of the first ones that came out after all this stuff was going down. After, we had the director announced. We
Mhm.
got this Jacob Elordi, Tom Holland, Harris Dickinson on an Amazon wish list
Woof.
for
John, I can't tell you how much I hate this. I hate it. I
well,
hate it so much.
okay.
I feel like these pictures also encapsulate why I hate this. Like, who are these kids? Like, no, I'm so sorry. Nope, nope, nope.
Do you?
I mean, Tom Holland is a fine actor and a fine man. I actually really really like him as an actor and as a human being, but I do not like him for James Bond. I don't. I'm just gonna say it right now.
Have you seen the other two in anything?
Yes, I have seen Jacob Elordi. I cannot remember the name of the Elvis role. Priscilla. Priscilla. He played
Okay.
Elvis in the movie Priscilla by Greta Gerwig. And then I also saw him in a travesty of a Netflix film called The Kissing Booth,
Okay.
which was like a tween drama-y romance thing. Oh, God. Yeah,
Okay.
I he seems like a fine person, so I don't mean to be like shitting all over him as a human being, but yeah, I cannot see him as Bond. He's such like a moody teenager-y, like, you know, I'm the handsome guy who's like gonna push you away, but you somehow secretly want me because I'm like pretty and troubled, but I'm dangerous, but I'm not too dangerous. Like, ugh. He
Okay.
belongs in YA content and he does not belong in my Bond.
Sure.
Absolutely 0%.
Okay.
And Tom
Fair.
Holland is Tom Holland. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's very difficult for me to like see him as Bond. He's been in too many other, I think, big things that I would really have a hard time separating him from other stuff.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
not only Spider-Man, but also Uncharted.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would be really tough because I think if you're gonna go this young, you're gonna want to do the stuff that like we got sneak previews of in the Bond video game. And it's gonna feel like a weird offshoot of Uncharted.
Yeah.
It's going to be very difficult to like separate
Mm.
that. And I know like that doesn't mean everybody's seen Uncharted, but still,
Right.
a lot of more people have seen Spider-Man. And I think you're
Yeah.
just not gonna have the separation you need for him as an actor.
The memes would be intense of
They
like
really would.
Spider-Man Bond crossover stuff.
They really would. And they might just like take over a film, you know? So
Mhm.
I don't think someone like Tom Holland is the way to go.
Mhm. I don't think this is real. I
I hope
think
it's
that
not. I
yeah,
really, because honestly, like this wish list makes me super nervous for Amazon having creative control. Like you made some good decisions, and then what is this? You
I think
know,
this is
did you like get drunk and email your boss and be like, "What if we just did this?"
this is some 20-something-year-old that managed to get pretty high up in Amazon that has a crush on these tween-looking guys and leaked it out there that they have a wish list. Executives have a wish list, and this includes these people.
It
Something
is
to that effect.
wrong. It is wrong. This is the wrong kind of press for James Bond. If Denny and our writer are right kind of press or like right directions that you've made, these
Yep.
are some wrong choices. This is a course correct moment, Amazon.
Mhm. Yes. I think that, what's his name? Said his name before, for fun when they first got the rights, head of Amazon, Bezos, he put a poll
Mhm.
up on X is like, who do you want to see? He's just asking people, who do you want to see
Oh
as
yeah,
Bond? And
sure.
like the winner was Henry Cavill by pretty far. Um, just to judge people's engagement and what they were
Yeah.
thinking. And then this came out, and there was nary a single good word about this.
Rightly
So they're going
so.
to see that.
Rightly so. I
Yeah,
mean,
they're
a
gonna see
little bit
that.
less for Harris Dickinson. You know, I will
Yes, I agree.
pull back a tad for him. But yeah, this is awful. I don't know if
Did
they
you?
just like thought like maybe we'll just like put out this and like see what happens and then we can always back away from it depending on the
It's
response. Do you know what I mean? Like
it's
somebody just like
yeah.
they can just like disavow the whole thing. They're like, I don't know, this isn't us. No, 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 no. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding.
Just to
I don't know.
send you off, send your scent off in a different track.
Well,
Just
either
make you
send you
look the
off on
other
a
way.
different track or just like see how we feel. You know what I mean?
hmm
Without needing to seriously commit to anything. Like, I don't know.
Yep.
But yeah,
Um,
wrong. It's so wrong. It's terrible. I like hate read this whole article when you first sent it to me. I was like, ew, nope.
okay, more recent news yet.
Yeah.
One, this is quick, but two people, Americans, have been asked if they play Bond. It
Yeah.
was the guy that's in Top Gun 2 and Twisters.
Glenn Powell.
Yes, Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't think a Texan should play James Bond.
Good for him, man.
Right answer.
Honestly,
And
I
then-
respect him so much. I actually really like Glenn Powell. I don't see him as James Bond, but one of my favorite roles of his is in Hidden Figures. He plays the
Okay.
American astronaut, and he's so like great as an American actor. He's got like the brash and swagger and
Sure.
chic. You know,
Yeah.
he just like he found his wheelhouse, and he's like, I'm good right in here.
Well, the rumor is Tom Cruise wants him to take over for him as Ethan Hunt. Or take over the
Totally
Mission
could see that.
series.
Love that.
Yeah.
That is something I do
Yeah.
not hate. I mean, I would have to adjust, but I could
Right.
do it. I could do it.
Mhm. So, and then the other one was Dune actor. Just came out in something. That's why he was on the press tour.
Oh yeah.
Can't think of his name right now. He's in the Bike Riders. He is
Ooh,
Um,
yeah.
he is the nephew of the Baron in Fade Ratha in Dune.
Yep. I'm gonna get there. Hold on. Oh no, Austin Butler.
Austin Butler. Yep.
Yep.
That's
Sorry.
what it is.
I was like, I was so close. I was getting there. The wheels were turning. Another
Austin
Elvis
Butler.
pick, eh?
Yeah, he was asked about it, I guess, and he said, "I think it should be a Brit." So
Yeah.
again, the right answers,
Yes.
because this
Also,
is the kind of
he's
thing.
so pretty. Like,
Yes.
like I would also have a hard time with him
Okay.
because he's very like, I don't know. He's just so like smooth, baby face, pretty.
Yeah,
He's
but he
not
can be
quite
greasy pretty.
he
you
can be
know?
greasy pretty, but I don't know. I'm sort of more intrigued. Like I might be willing to like give this a small shot. But yeah, it would on its surface it feels difficult. Again, I like him as an actor. I really liked his Elvis in Baz Luhrmann's film. I thought he did a really great job there. So
Okay.
much more than I expected, but I don't know that he is James Bond.
Okay. Yeah. Well, one other, and this is the most recent one. This is the guy that
Yep.
supposedly actually read lines.
Yep.
Scott Rose Marsh.
Yes.
Do you know anything about this man?
Only that he was in the Wolves of War,
Okay. Yep.
which I had heard of because Chris brought it to my attention.
Okay.
And that's literally it.
So I'm going to show 3 different pictures. They're not the greatest pictures here. Let's see. I'm going to try to get
Yes.
them so they're because these are just the images that come up when you search for him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to share the whole window. Here we go. Okay. Image 1. Image 2.
Mm.
Image 3. So
Those look like different people.
exactly my point. Exactly my point. I'm
You
like
sure?
looking
Are
at him
you
like
sure about this?
I mean, this one I see,
Yeah. And
and
then
then
yeah,
this is
this
like the recent one that people are sharing because this I can get behind. I can see a James
yeah.
Bond right here.
The previous two are rough.
But so to I believe what people are saying is that he had kind of a transformation recently.
Okay.
So if he now looks, I mean, he's looking quite somber here, but this is supposedly also also him. Uh,
Hmm. That's all right. I mean,
yeah,
take your hair back a little bit, yo. But
right. I mean, yeah.
this is okay.
Mhm.
This is an okay vibe.
So I'm not seeing him in anything, but from some of these images, it would appear to me that of the actual names that have been thrown out there since Amazon has taken control,
Hmm.
this is this seems to be just purely visual the best pick so far.
Yes, I would agree. The mustache pick was also okay.
Oh yes,
Um,
I that
but
was
it was difficult. I mean, the mustache is so central. It's hard to look at the face. You know, the mustache kind of like takes over, and so it's harder to get a sense from that. Like, whereas I like that last picture because I felt like I could really
well,
see him.
I want a actual better version of that one picture because the difference here is that this guy looks like a man. That's the difference we're talking about here.
Which guy?
The Scott guy
Which of these four different people that you're trying to trick me into
yeah,
believing is
is the
one
same
person?
person. Yeah, it is another
I'm
shot.
on to you. Yeah.
So
He
looks like a candid
I
thing or
mean
something there, but
this very kindly. He should not have a mustache. It just really takes over his face. You know, I
okay,
just really like
okay.
that's what I see is his
I like the
mustache.
other. I like that one other picture. I just need an actual quality. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You know,
Okay,
it
wait
doesn't.
for it sorry, wait for it to like crystallize. Okay, here we go on my end. Yeah,
This
I
doesn't
mean,
scream James Bond to me. I can
it
see the
doesn't.
transformation there. I could
Yes, I
see it
agree
happen.
with you. I agree with you. Yeah, it doesn't scream James Bond. Again, like the mustache, and I think it's like the combo with the leather jacket is giving me like a
Mhm.
hard 70s vibe. So
Yep.
it's hard not to see those things instead of his face. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't hate this at first
Mhm.
sight. You know, I could be convinced. Maybe if I
Yeah, put
watched
him in
one or two
a
things that he's in and kind of see how it goes. But yeah,
yeah, he's already got a
and
little
I
scar in this picture, you know,
right
transplant him into a Roger Moore film with
right
this look, whatever, and
yeah I could I mean I am not opposed to an unknown. You know, I think
yeah.
there's so many names that are thrown around for Bond, and there's such big names. Um, that you know it can be hard to break away from that, but I am not opposed to a total unknown to take over Bond, not at all. um like I loved, you know, I think maybe 10 years ago when the name was first bandied about, I loved the idea of like Idris Elba taking over, because he's totally got that smooth Bond quality. I think I also would have loved maybe Henry Cavill a bit ago, unless you're going to do like a specific older Bond film, but we just got that. So that'd be really, you know, that wouldn't be reinventing anything. Um, so now I'm sort of okay with like a younger, fresher, possibly unknown face taking
Okay.
over.
I think there's room to um you know, people brought up Idris Elba or whatever. I think there's room to put him in as like a 004. as like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
mentor role or something. I know
Yeah.
they're doing that kind of thing in the game, but that would be a
Yep.
cool way to see, and he wouldn't have to play the suave thing as much as Bond,
Right.
keep them separate, but he could still have show the worldliness
Show his
that
charm.
he has. Yeah.
Yep, show his charm for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. Like I said, 10 years ago, I feel like Idris Elba would have been someone I was really excited about, and now I just feel like, that's not the direction we need.
Okay, so we've got a few options here.
Out of
Of
out of the famous names, if we're
Yeah.
circling back to like the
Yeah.
big list of, a lot of the names that are bandied about, Aaron
Yeah.
Taylor Johnson is still my favorite.
Okay.
Like I looked at the list that Bezos or whoever from Amazon threw out, and Aaron Taylor Johnson would be my pick out
Okay.
of the list of Henry Cavill, Tom Hardy, Chris Hemsworth, James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Idris Elba, and someone else.
Someone else. Oh,
I,
just
I
someone. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Anyone else?
ignoring that for
Okay.
now because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
someone else. Like whatever, that could be a million someone's.
So
Um,
Bezos threw those options out.
Bezos or whoever from
Okay.
Amazon did this
Okay.
polling, and Henry Cavill
Okay.
came out as the favorite.
Okay.
So yeah, okay, you know me. All right, I'll read them again: Henry Cavill, Tom Hardy, Chris Hemsworth, James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and Idris Elba. Who would you pick?
In that list, it's Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
So I listened to the director of Kingsman, who again he basically found Daniel Craig to be James Bond. He was like going to be doing the next Bond. They kicked him out in exchange for Martin Campbell. He discovered Daniel Craig doing Layer Cake, which is like was the template for like what brought him in, all sort of thing. He also put Aaron Taylor Johnson in the Kingsman movie, and he was asked about Bond, and he said, "Just do it. Aaron Taylor Johnson will knock it out of the park. He is who you should have as Bond." And so he just has his full endorsement. He's had a good track record here, I think. I'm all for it. He's different looking enough, that he stands out. He'll be memorable. I think he's proven as an actor in not only this type of character, but just other roles as well. Yeah.
And he's proven in other roles, but he's also like, he doesn't have a thing that follows him like Tom Holland has Spider-Man following him.
Right. That's very true.
Where I think Tom Holland can clearly do movies, and he can do like one-off movies and things like that, or like somehow Spider-Man and Uncharted are like okay enough to be separate. But I think if he did a third thing, especially like a James Bond, that would be very tough to feel he was actually disappearing into the role.
Yep. I still would throw Theo James into the contender mix there.
Yeah.
People are not talking about him as much these days, but
nor are they talking about speaking of Kingsman, Taron
Egerton, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Egerton.
I know he was thrown out there a couple of times, but that seems to really have died down as well. I
mean, just again, I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't suggest that he is older now, not old, but older, and he's doing these other movies for Apple and sort of.
Yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson's the same. He's older, but not old.
Yeah.
So I think Cavill's 42 and Johnson is 34. 4, 5. Oh boy,
Okay,
we had
maybe a
different.
little
We had different.
mid-30s.
I mean, not
He's
like
mid-30s.
wildly different, but still.
Yeah, he's mid-30s. Yeah.
Aaron Taylor
So
Johnson. I have to know now. I'm so sorry. I have to know how old he is now. He's 35.
okay. All right.
I was very close.
Yeah.
We both were really.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if they're looking for that younger route, it varies because a 30-year-old in 1970 looked a lot different than a 30-year-old in 2025.
For sure.
So if you get in people's heads like, oh, let's get someone that's 27. They might look like a child,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yep.
then you're moving into young Bond series territory or something, it's just a
Right.
different thing. So I think they have to just be mindful of that,
Yep.
and because if you get someone that's 35, they can go to their 55, like you get 20 years out of them.
Yep.
You can make enough movies, I think, in that span of time. So
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyone else not on that list that you're like, I mean, so you're saying on that list, Aaron Taylor Johnson, but
Yes.
anyone else that you rise above?
Nothing. Nobody known I can think of right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's no secret dark horse contender that I have, because I'm really I'm very sold on Aaron Taylor Johnson. So I haven't been looking for other Bonds, but I would be totally happy with either that or like a complete or nearly complete unknown.
I think Omega Watches is sold on Aaron Taylor Johnson. That make him his brand ambassador in the middle of all this sort of thing.
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I do think I would be interested in seeing a little more of this guy we just talked about here, and then
Yeah.
I also think they should give a audition to the actor for the video game. I know they probably won't cross streams that way and do that
Patrick
because it would be
Gibson?
yes. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that would be confusing potentially for people.
That would be rough. You'd have to be very clear about delineating.
Yeah.
And
like we're telling different stories.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
But I do think he does. I think he just deserves to get a read,
Do you think they'll do that, or might they just like bring him in for like a little cheeky nod? Do you know what I mean? Like he might have like a bit part somewhere and just be like,
well, that ruined. No, I hope not. I hope not.
okay.
Because that would really muddy the waters for anyone that noticed.
It
like,
really
wait a minute.
would. Yeah.
This is a James Bond multiverse.
Oh God. Not a DC situation. No.
Yeah. No. So, okay. So we're in agreement here. I think pretty well. There's no giant disagreements anywhere here. Do you have time to just like run through some Bond girl options?
Ooh, okay.
So
Catching me completely unprepared, so this will be super off the cuff.
I'm gonna go through these kind of fast, and then we'll say at the end like what are standouts. This is Scottish Daily Express. It just popped up as like here Bond girl candidates.
Okay.
All right. 11 of 10. Sydney Sweeney. No, that works out. Wait. Hey, what just happened?
Yeah, what did just happen?
I was trying to go through back.
Oh, I think you clicked an article instead
article?
instead of somehow. I don't know where your arrow is for.
Yeah, where's the I just keep scrolling, but this is 6 of 4. All right.
Yeah, well, I don't get but it's 2 of 10. Do you know what I mean? Like under the photo it says 2 out of like number 2 of 10.
Gotcha.
So I don't know what this ranking system is.
Oh, are these odds or something?
Oh, there you go. Those might be odds.
Oh yeah, here are 10 frontrunners along with their predicted odds. Okay, I didn't read that part, so
I didn't either. So I was going with what you were going with. Okay.
Sydney Sweeney, Florence Pugh, Zendaya.
No, wrong. So wrong.
Anna de
Also
Armas.
wrong, unless she's a continuation. Do you know she was in Bond already?
Right. Emma Watson.
No.
Rebecca Ferguson.
No, what? You can't mix universes like
I
this. What are we
know.
doing
I
here?
know. I agree. Margot Robbie.
Ooh, that's tough. She needs a very specific Bond also to be a Bond girl.
Zoe Kravitz.
Hmm.
Jenna Ortega.
More intrigued.
I don't know how to say her name.
Saoirse.
Saoirse. Wow. Okay. Saoirse Ronan.
I mean, okay. I could give that a try.
Okay. She's
Depending on the role.
31. So of this list, what do we?
Wait. Is that everybody?
Yeah, that's everyone.
Okay. There's too many well-known actresses here who are tied to very other specific things.
Yeah. So we got Catwoman. We've got
Right?
the woman from Mission
We have Hermione.
Impossible.
Yeah, Mission Impossible. I mean,
Harley
Margot
Quinn.
Robbie. Yeah, Harley Quinn. That'd be tough. Anna de Armas, like I said, has already been in a Bond movie. That's really difficult for me.
Mm-hmm.
Florence Pugh is she's done so much with Marvel that would be difficult. Zendaya is in Spider-Man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if somebody threw that out because Tom Holland was being thrown out. You know, that would be super strange.
Yeah. Yep. So of this list, I think, I'd be interested in Florence Pugh, I guess, but
I would, yeah.
Sydney Sweeney, if they were going for, well, it depends on the age. Again, the guy's got to look like a man, if they're going too young, Sydney Sweeney won't work.
Right. Like, again, it would depend on age because, like, nobody wants, like, Jacob Elordi to take, like, our, super YA candidate with Margot Robbie. Like, what?
Yeah. Right.
What mishmash universe is that?
Yep. There could be, they could do us like a secondary Bond girl for that,
For sure. Yeah.
Little
And I'm not
flirtiness or
saying like we
something.
can't have like a younger and an older, but I think there are certain pairings that would be very odd. Out of that list, I would be intrigued by Florence Pugh. I think she's got great charisma. I would be intrigued by Jenna Ortega because that would be a very left field casting. She does not, I think, fit a very typical Bond girl. So if they were going with somebody young and doing like, I don't know, not an established Bond yet, she could be really interesting in a role. Either as like a traditional Bond girl or like a Bond villain type of girl.
Sure.
And then, yeah, Margot Robbie would again need the opposite. She would need somebody older for sure, established, Aaron Taylor Johnson or older-esque.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what was our last one?
The last one was Jenna Ortega.
No, I thought there was one after her.
Emma Watson, Ferguson, Zoe Kravitz, Jenna Ortega. Oh, the one I couldn't pronounce, Ronan.
Oh, Saoirse Ronan. Yeah. Yeah. Again, she would be like a Jenna Ortega. Like she could be an interesting young Bond wild card. Not our typical Bond girl, but like, yeah, roped into an adventure that's a little bit rougher on the edges. So yeah, sure. I think there's some intrigue there, but on the whole, I wouldn't love picking from this list.
Okay. My outside of this would be Margaret Qualley.
Love it. I love her.
She did the sort of like audition already in a sense at the Oscars tribute thing, dance around there. She looks a little crazy.
Yeah,
I can see her being.
She's like an Eva Green.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. I can see her being Xenia Onatopp. Yeah, I can see her going like
that vein of character. Too. Yes.
Yeah. Just.
Yeah, she would be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
and she's a
Yep. Awesome
fantastic
energy.
actress. I first saw her in the Netflix series Made, and that is
Okay.
great. I really
Okay.
want to see her in the Coen film, the Coen Brothers film, Honey Don't, that just came
Okay.
out. Yeah,
Nice.
really enjoy her. I saw her. She's also randomly in. I'm gonna get there. Happy Gilmore too. In
Oh,
a
okay.
she's one of like the random celebrities that I pointed out to Chris. He had no idea, but I was like tickled because I was like, I know who that is.
Sure. Yeah.
And she makes the most of a small part. So yeah, she's
Okay.
fun.
Nice. Okay. Well, there we go. We agree on that too. Perfect.
We do. I mean, I don't have any like having no thought process. I have no like random people to throw out there, but she'd be fun.
Yeah. Hmm. Yep. Okay. Well, we've nailed the movie. We got the director, we've got the writer. We're gonna do Aaron Taylor Johnson with Margaret
Yes,
Qualley.
please.
We're gonna put the V8 Aston Martin V8 Saloon back in there for funsies. We're going to maybe we'll have maybe we get someone like Sydney Sweeney or um, Margot Robbie as Moneypenny. I don't know.
Yes.
And then we keep the movie to like an hour and 45.
Yes. Good compromise.
And
Good compromise, John.
and we work on fast-paced action adventure, balls to the walls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I never worry about Denis Villeneuve's like world building. So that's why I think he would be such a fun director to do like a period-esque Bond. Because I just think he could just create something so visually stunning. Like I could just see the books coming to life. The way that Fleming describes them, he would just take that and run. So I feel like setting something slightly back, but not, it wouldn't be campy. It would just be so real. I love the idea of that.
Sure. Okay. Well, that's been our podcast live Bond rumors and news episode. We're caught up now. Finally, we can have the actor announced next week, and we'll come back and talk about that.
Exactly.
So,
oh man, make good choices, Amazon. Make good choices.
Yep.
Bringing out my mom voice and my mom pointing finger. Do not use your ridiculous wish list.
Well, that'll do it from us. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and all the applicable places. Podcasts on the rocks, and we should be back on Friday to cover the rest of Dawn to Dawn, at least the next 4 episodes. There might be one new one out by the time we do that, but I don't think I'll get to that one. So see. Anyways, if you're interested in that, stay tuned here. Turn on notifications so you can know when we go live. And with that, we'll see everybody next time.